Gonna get another draft started, because today is draft day. There's the Terriach hatchling. There's not a whole lot else going on in this pack. Seek Power, Serpent Trainer. Here are the people can be good. Borderlands Waykeeper. I don't know. I think Hatchling's just the pick here. Just much more powerful than everything else. Serpent Trainer keeps you more open, but Hatchling's just way better. There is something to be said about staying open, though, and just, I don't know, taking, like, Waykeeper, even. Waykeeper's a pretty solid card, too. Yeah, you could say Student's better than Hatchling, but that's nitpicking, right? One of them is the best common. I don't think that's like, out of the question. I'm not trying to start a debate between which one. It's not super relevant. There's also Seek Power to stay way open, but yeah, we'll just take the Hatchling. Rare got taken. I could stick with Elysian and go Stormlinks here. Suffocate's real good. I like Minotaur Grunt a lot. Xenon Guardian's a real solid mid. Man, there's a lot of good cards in this pack. There's also Find the Way if we want to go to Greed City. So you just stay super committed with Stormlinks. Suffocate's probably the best card in the pack, but it's not on faction. But again, we only first picked a Terriach Hatchling. I don't have to stay married to it. Could go Serpent Trainer here and stay, like, semi-open. Stormlinks is good, but it's not so good that I think it's worth taking over Xenon Guardian or Serpent Trainer and have some flexibility. Suffocate's real good, though. I think I'm going to go Serpent Trainer. Just kind of like hedge and stay open. Common got taken out of this pack. There's another Find the Way. I like Seek Power more than Find the Way. Tower Top Patrol is decent. It's definitely decent. It's pretty nice in a Flyers deck in that it flies itself and is a good blocker. So it's a pretty important card in this archetype, I found. But I think I'd rather just take the Seek. Like, I like taking Fixing over essentially replacement level cards, and I think that's what most of this pack is. Other than maybe Gilded Glaive, this card's been more and more impressive for me lately. I also love Xenon Destroyer, but let's just stay open, take Seek. Wow. Okay, we get past the Bladekin Apprentice, which is definitely the best card in this pack. Not really close. Bold Adventurer is good. Elysian Banner is really nice, too. Aerial Ace isn't bad, but keep in mind, these were our first two picks. There's not a lot of signaling or reading to go on. There's not necessarily signaling or reading to go on here either. Like, I'm not going to take this as a signal. I'm just going to take it because it's the best card in the pack. Or I could just take the Elysian Banner for Fixing and, like, no matter what, be able to, like, or almost no matter what, be able to splash this Terriach Hatchling. But if Fire ends up being open, I'm going to really be really happy that I have this Bladekin Apprentice. So. Alright, no fire cards in this pack. Shows what I know. We can just scoop up the Elysian Stranger here and just kind of get back on track. Yeah, we missed out on an Elysian Banner. That's a shame, but there's a bunch of shadow cards in this pack, but they're mostly meh. I mean, Vulture, Beetle are okay. But I'll just take this Stranger. It lets me stay open. Friendly Wisp can be good as well in the right deck. But I like Stranger. It's a 2-drop that'll make most of my decks and also has Fixing built in. Shiny Static Bolt. I need more of those for the collection. I've only got 3. This will be the 4th one. Seems good to me. That's a decently late Static Bolt. Alright, so there's the Fanatic and a Dark Return. It looks like this draft is wanting to push us into Found. We saw a couple straight packs now with a decent amount of shadow cards. So we can easily splash Hatchling in a Found deck. It's really good with Dark Return as well. There is a Seek, but I think we'd rather take Dark Return or Fanatic here. These are both pretty powerful shadow cards. Yeah, let's go with the Fanatic. Amethyst Acolyte, pretty easy here. There is a Gruon, but I'm pretty... I mean, Amethyst Acolyte's just... My opinion on power in draft, you think they should do away with it. No, I totally disagree. Power is one of the most... Like, these are very strong picks. It's a sign of a good drafter if they value banners correctly. The power level of this set is high enough that you're almost always going to get enough playables. And that just makes fixing really nice. Like, how are you going to draft 3 faction decks without, like, banners and strangers everywhere? I don't understand. I'm glad that the favors aren't in draft. I think those aren't very good. For this draft environment anyways. But yeah, I mean, like, I think this pick here is Feln Banner. I'm pretty sure Feln's going to be open. There is an Alk Blast here, which is a strong argument. And Feln Stranger's not bad either if we end up in, like, Elysian Feln Strangers. But I'm going to take the Banner here instead because it doesn't take a spell slot. And I'm pretty confident I've already found my lane and I should end up with plenty of playables. The beauty of banners is they don't take a spell slot, right? They take up a power slot. So you never really have to cut them. Where if you end up with a ton of good spells, you're going to have to cut some of them. So you have to think about the value of each pick and the replacement level. But not a big fan of Sabotage in draft. It's unlikely we end up in Elysian with Vorlunk. But I really don't play Sabotage that often. They'll just take it. I'm passing up. I'm gonna hide it though. Man, we've seen a lot of champions with Glory in drafts today. I don't know why it's so attractive to me. Not a great open for us. Lightning Strike, I guess, is the best card for us here. I'm not the biggest fan of it in film because it's not clearing the way for my infiltrate units. But it's still a fine card to play. Like, it'll still make the cut most of the time in film. Like, the other options here are Blood Beetle, Scaly Gruon, Find the Way, Elder Set. Like, they're just not... They're not options I'm super interested in. Maybe we end up in more of a trolling Feln deck or whatever. Or if we're more flyers-based, Lightning Strike also gets better. So the common got taken, and all of the uncommons and rares in this pack happen to just be fire cards. That's pretty unlucky. What are the odds I'm supposed to, like, move into Stone Scar because this Champion of Chaos is here? Because there's a Snowslinger in this pack, and I'm pretty happy just taking a Snowslinger. I think the card is decent. Trying to look back at Pack 1. Again, the signaling in Pack 1's not super reliable. Usually Pack 2 is a much more reliable signal. Champion of Chaos isn't quite as good in draft as it used to be since it got nerfed. Like, it's always going to be an X3. But still, a 3/3 for 3 isn't bad downside, and if it gets Deadly Overwhelm, it's still a good unit. It's just a question of, is that worth picking over a Snowslinger? Right now, I'm light on 2s. I think I'm going to stay disciplined. We could get punished for it, but I'm just going to go with the Snowslinger. Although if I'm so confident that Feln's open, Snowslinger will end up being a replacement level pick. How much? Well, decently late Static Bolt. Feln Banner for... I'm just going to go with Snowslinger. Alright, we get a Death Strike. That's a good grab. Yeah, not much else. We'll just look at the pack. There's a common got taken over Terrazon. Okay. Make note of that. The fact that a common got taken over Death Strike's a real good sign. Yeah, Primal's cut off, so it looks like we're going to want to maybe move into Stone Scar. Just because we didn't take the champion doesn't mean I'm ruling out moving into Stone Scar. It just means I took a Snowslinger over champion, and we may regret it. Because these Mono Shadow cards... Stone can be good. It gets a lot better when I have Combust. We can also splash, you know, some of these promo cards if we end up needing to. Which is nice, because I have Feln Banner C. I guess I could have tried to splash Champion, but that doesn't seem like a card I wanted to splash. Combust can be really, really strong. Life Drinker's okay. There is a Seek if I just want to take more fixing, and that way we can just kind of slide our way into a 3-faction good stuff kind of deck, which may be where we want to end up. And just take our fixing now. None of these cards are particularly powerful other than Combust, I guess. But Combust is good in the right deck. This is not the right deck at the moment. It could end up there. Our unit count's really low, though. Lumbering Stone can be very good as well. Not really in Feln. More of a speculation pick, again, for Stone Scar. It's still okay in Feln, though. It's still okay in Feln. And just chump block once and then you get a flyer. You know, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. There's the Apprentice. Yeah, this guy hanging out. Yeah, I'm gonna move in on Stone Scar now. Xena Destroyer is great in Stone Scar. Although I think I'd rather have a Thornbeast Xena Destroyer split at the moment since I don't have any combat tricks. I'm still not committed to Stone Scar. I just immediately took a shadow card, but yeah, we still don't have to commit either way. We're just getting really good shadow cards coming through. And there's a Snowslinger. There's also a Recalculator. There's also a Spirit Drain. So yeah, we're just still staying open, but I'm not going to hide these Blaken Apprentice. I want to keep in mind that I have them. We can hide this Hatchling for now, I guess. Like right now, our Primal's still better than our Fire, but the fact that we got past the Champion of Chaos is telling. Wonder if I just take the Snowslinger here. I'm not the biggest fan of Spirit Drain. Pretty expensive for what it does. Like, Snowslinger is the best card in this pack. I guess I just take it again. I'm not going to be too bummed out if I miss out on Recalculator or Spirit Drain. Well, I have a lot of 2s, but I don't, right? Because if I end up Primal, I lose the Apprentices. If I end up Fire, I lose the Snowslinger. So I think it's good to make sure I have enough 2s either way. I don't want to play any of these cards, so it doesn't matter. Purple Apprentice? Bizarre. There's a banner here, which I would love, but that seems crazy to me. Now if we just take, like, combat tricks, we win. There aren't any combat tricks in this pack. That's the problem. Blaken Apprentice is a really good card, but we don't have a good deck for it yet. That was an insanely late Blaken Apprentice, though. I don't know if I'm supposed to trust the Stone Scar signaling or just... Because I like Swiftblade and Frostkin a lot, but I really gotta pick my lane here. Assembly Line can be good. It makes all my sacrifice spells a lot better if I end up Stone Scar. I gotta make my decision here, I think. I don't want to take a Destroyer here. Destroyer's good. But it's really just a pick for Stone Scar anyways. I already have 1, and I have 0 combat tricks as it stands. It's more of a Stone Scar card. I could take Dagger and just try and Wombo combo Dagger Apprentice. But that seems like a bad pick here. At this point in the game. I either just finally put my foot down and go like Feln. And take like Frostkin. You have a Stone Apprentice. Like, Apprentice wants to go in Stone Scar weapons. Stone is more of a sacrifice card. The only Primal cards we saw in that last pack were, like, Snowslingers. We didn't see any actual insane Primal cards. I'm pretty confident Primal's not going to be open for the rest of this draft. It might be open this pack, but we'll get enough Shadow cards that it doesn't matter. But I didn't take any Primal cards that last pack except for 2 Snowslingers. And we really didn't get offered anything great outside of that. I think that's pretty telling. So I'm gonna trust my reads and move towards Fire. Then the question becomes Line versus Destroyer versus Dagger versus Rally. I'm gonna take the Line. Devour gets a little bit better, but it's not on Thorn Beast level. Thorn Beast is really awkward with Blade and Apprentice, but really good with like Line and Stone. The Rally's nice, but hopefully we can pick up one of those later. Now I gotta choose between Combust and Gunsmith. Gunsmith's nice at triggering infiltrates. Combust is just a good removal spell. Could clear the way for Apprentice or use up a dead Apprentice. It does compete with Thorn Beast, but it means we can take more things to sacrifice. We've already got Stone and Line and Amethyst Acolyte. I think we'll be able to find more targets for Combust going forward as well. Alright, so Justice is open in this direction. Picking up random flyers is nice, but I really like Dark Return with Apprentice and Stone, so we're going to just grab that. Wow, yep, this is great. There is a Haunting Scream too, but yeah, Obsidian Golem is just the nut. It's a sacrifice outlet for Thorn Beast or Combust. The weapon just goes great on Apprentice. I love Amethyst Acolyte, and I really like Furnace Mage and Stone Scar Magus. Like, these are all good, but I think it's a pretty easy Golem here. Now we get another one if we want it, or a Sharpshooter. We're just going to keep taking Golems here and focus on making these Apprentice out of control. Sharpshooter's a good card, but Apprentice kind of just does the same thing. I just love Golem because it plays double duty. It's really good in the weapons deck and the sacrifice deck. And it's just really hard to replace. It's a hard card to replace. You get a second Combust here. That's a little much, but I think I'd still rather take it over Cogulator. And nothing great here. This does have Quick Draw at least, I guess. Don't think we're super interested in Sabotage in this deck. I doubt we play either of them. So now we're just looking for like removal for the small stuff, and Temper helps it. That's a late Windshaper, I will say that much. Air Trigger is a 2/2 quick draw for 2. There's a Quartermaster, although we don't have a lot of weapons at the moment. We just have the 2 Golems. We're going to hopefully find more weapons in this pack. I don't think I really need the 2/2 quick draw. I've already got 3 Apprentice and a bunch of other 2-drops. Like, just this is already good for my 2-drop slot. So there's another Combust, which we already have 2. That's approaching max number of Combusts, I think. We could take another Dark Return and just get really degenerate with our loops. Like, we've got Thorn Beasts and Apprentices for Dark Return. There's a Devourer or a Felm Banner. Either Dark Return or Quartermaster. If I had more weapons, I'd be happier with this Quartermaster, but let's just go Dark Return. I think we're going to find weapons this pack. And we just did. There is a shiny Stone Scar Banner, but man, wow. Fancy. But Obsidian Golem, Katana, and Rapid Shot. We have 0 Rapid Shots at the moment. As much as I've been gushing about Obsidian Golem, and as much as I love Katana, I think we've got to take the Rapid Shot here. This card's just so insanely good. Katana's really good in this deck, though. Don't get me wrong. Golem is as well, but we don't have a combat trick yet. So I'm going to take the shot. So now I got to choose between a shot or a stash. Yeah, we're going to just double up on shots. We're going to triple up on shots? I might actually want to take a Rampage over a Rapid Shot here. Just to get some reach going. And a Hair Trigger Stranger. If I knew I was going to get offered 2 more Rapid Shots, I would not have taken one of these Rapid Shots over an Obsidian Golem or Sword. I just didn't... We didn't know, right? We didn't know. Now I've got to decide if I want a Rampage or a Shot here. Shot is just the better card, but Rampage... Rampage can't push through Apprentices, though. It pushes through damage, which... But eventually the Apprentices can just wear them down. Subvert? This isn't really a Subvert deck. There's nothing else really going on here other than a Recogulator, which probably isn't going to make... And I don't think I want to try and splash a Polymorph. A 1/1's still kind of relevant against us. still more likely to play Recalculator than Subvert, I think. I don't think I'm likely to play either, but at least this gives me a bunch of bodies. Plague? Oh, I love Plague. It's really, really... This card's just so good. There is a Magma Javelin here. Ooh, I love Cutthroat, but this Morningstar is so perfect for this deck. Granted, Acolyte's great as well, but we're pretty good on 3s at this point. Let's just get a nice reach top end. Well, there's the Rampage if I want it. There's also a Hellfire Rifle. And a Xenon Destroyer. Now that we have triple Rapid Shot, the Xenon Destroyer is quite a bit more potent than it was before. Wears Obsidian Golem armor really well. What's our unit count like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish. Triple Rapid Shot? Yeah, let's go Destroyer. I mean, I just cut a bunch of units and then started doing a unit count, but that's because I put in the units I wanted. I'm more likely to want a Javelin than a Bouncer. Granted Acolyte? Yeah, Stone Scar definitely paid off. We missed out on a Champion of Chaos. I don't think we're going to sweat it too. Don't think we're going to lose sleep over that. The Lean Mean Kill a Machine. Alright, so... what does this curve need? I guess we'll play a Pyre up just to have another 2-drop. Looks like we could use one. And maybe play this Temper. What's my unit count out? 15, but I have double Dark Return. Sounds good to me. Just a question of whether I'd rather have, I guess, Pyre Adept or like Rakano Stranger. I think I'd rather just have the better attack. Especially with, like, Temper, Rapid Shot, Plague going on. Again, we don't have any torches. Awkward. But that's okay. We can kill big stuff. And we can kill little stuff. It's the in-between stuff that'll be awkward. Oh, I'm still playing this Recalculator? Do I want to do that? Like, I feel like we're so aggressive, this Recalculator is kind of weird. It does provide bodies in a pinch, though. But I might just want the, like, a Bouncer instead. Or another 2-drop, like a Rakano Stranger. Let's see here. Right now, the things I want to sack are 2 Golems, an Acolyte, and a Stone. Yeah, I think Recalculator will pull its weight enough. In racing scenarios, it can just be a bunch of Chum Blockers in a row. But it feels off my... It doesn't feel like it's in line with my main strategy. Oh, and I have Assembly Line. I don't think I want this to be like my Curve Topper. I think it's between it's between Stranger, Bouncer, and Recalculator. Like, which one I think is going to be the most effective. Or just have an Oni Striker just to have a charge unit at the top of my curve. Could just be that I want that. This is, like, not a terrible Oni Striker deck. Or I could just go 18 power, but we can flood. I don't have a monument. Feels like I want to go 17. Bouncer, Rakano Stranger. Just take the filler body. I'm not sure what the right option is there. But I'll just go with the best body. I mean, do you see those arms? That's quite the bod. Alright. Play the Seek Power. This deck is going to have problems when it's on the draw. Just a heads up. That's for sure. We're playing 17 power, which is maybe a bit much here. Maybe I just play Back Alley Bouncer and Recogulator, or cut a power for Rakano Stranger. Once 9-7 split. I'm just gonna go 8-8. I realize we have a double Shadow Spell and Death Strike, but that's it. Yeah, again, we drafted a Stonescar deck with not great interaction. But at least this time we have Death Strike and Combust. It's just we don't have torches, but now we have Rapid Shot. So once we get aggressive, we're going to win, right? The problem with this deck will be if we get behind, it's going to be a little tough to catch up, but we've got stuff like Plague to help with that, and like it's going to be kind of hard to race us. I don't know. I'm pretty happy. If we're on the play, this deck's going to be real explosive. It's gonna throw some problems at people.